Hello, welcome to another episode. Super windy here today, so hopefully you don't get really irritated by the fucking noise from the wind. You know how it just like can create that really annoying background noise. And I'm also on a really squeaky chair, and fumbling on my words. So, buckle up. Just one of those episodes. Not going to edit that out. I don't edit my show, to be honest. Today's episode, at the time of this recording, I have just finished my new cookbook. There will be an ebook available and a hard copy. I wasn't going to do the hard copy, but I have had so many people come into well, not so many, but I've had a fair few actually, of people DM me and say they would love the hard copy. And I have to admit, look, I don't mind like online recipes and whatnot, but there's nothing better than the feeling and the smell of a hard copy cookbook. So I had to get it printed. So it's gone off. It's been finalized. That's being printed as we speak. So at the time of you listening to this, both copies should be available, ready for you to purchase. It's called Delicious AF Dinners. AF means as fuck, delicious as fuck dinners, because they are delicious. They are great. A lot of them, I tried to come up with recipes that was minimal in the amount of pots and pans that you would use. So there are some one pot wonders in there, which I love. Oh my God, every time I see a recipe, it's like one pan, one pot. I'm like, sold. Yes. Because honestly, sometimes have you ever made those dishes where you're like, it was a fucking pasta. Why is there endless amount of washing up? I mean, is there anything that pisses you off more? No, there isn't. And then you still got to make a fucking salad to go with it. So I was very mindful in the style of cooking. It's very Mediterranean. I incorporate a lot of one pan wonders. I had a sweet balance of, there's a good amount of chicken recipes. There's some fish. There's some, veggie kind of based ones. And I wanted to just really inspire you to try different flavors, spices, or just spark a bit of inspo within you, get you out of that rut and that lull. Because for the life of me, the whole dilemma, my mum says it to this day, it is so much harder thinking of a recipe opposing to just cooking something. Like we spend most times thinking what to bloody make than we do actually cooking it. So a few recipes in there. There are some, I put my garlic and herb gnocchi with Napolitana sauce. And I really wanted to put the gnocchi in there because in the back end of this, there will be some cooking classes, some virtual cooking classes. My dream is to have in-person ones as well. But I will be doing virtual purely because of the state that everything's going at the moment. And I also want to reach a lot of people. I know that I've got listeners and followers that are from the UK, from America, from other countries. And I thought virtual cooking classes would be amazing. And also, domestic, like other states within Australia. And it'll be fun. I just want us to come together and cook, because a lot of the recipes, they will be based of recipes that are in the book. Because a lot of the times we buy a book, whether it's an ebook or a hard book, or hard copy, and we only make like one or two dishes from there. And I really would like sometimes I see a recipe, I'm like, I just do not have the time and fucks to be bothered to make this. And a gnocchi is something that I feel like a lot of people, it is very easy to do, but it's something that you don't generally just want to whip out and make on, a Wednesday night. So if we can get together, grab a drink, have a laugh, make gnocchi together, then it would just be much more enjoyable and just get it done. So there's a lot of that in there. I've got some great garlic and lemon chicken. I love garlic and lemon. This is a little bit more of a creamy sauce without the cream, if you know what I mean. If anyone's in Australia and they go to the Lebanese restaurant Al Asil, it's similar to that. So good. It's so delicious. You can serve it with rice, mash if you like, whatever it may be. I've got some fajitas in there. Mum, growing up, we did lots of like pulled meat and pulled chicken, and this is the best pulled chicken. Well, I'm biased, of course I'm biased, but it's really good. It's a dish that you could definitely do in the slow cooker, making fajitas. But the whole inspo behind this is that it's so versatile. So you might look at this and think, actually, that would make a really good filling to just pop in some puff pastry or short crust pastry and bake. You know, I could make this in advance. I could double or triple batch this, keep some in the freezer, and save, you know, time or save a headache for another day. I also have nailed a baked risotto because I know a lot of us love risotto and I know a lot of our families love risotto. Who the fuck is going to stand there, you know, when we're working? Some of us here that listen to me are working mums. Some are just busy stay-at-home mums. That is exhausting in itself, you know, juggling all of that. Some of us here are well-established cooks, but it's just time, right? It's a time. And risotto is one of those things that needs time. However, I have nailed a bake one. So there's a little bit of sauteing, but the other thing is that if you haven't invested in a cast iron pot, pan, skillet, whatever it may be, I highly suggest you do, because it's one of those things that I love. It, the way that it cooks, it evenly distributes the heat. And it's great to transfer from stove to oven. And I'm all for that, because then that reduces waste, reduces the amount of washing that we have to do. So it's something that I definitely do. So the baked risotto, I've done one in here. I mean, I've obviously got recipes that's in my monthly subscription that I do with different variations, like, you know, chicken asparagus and Italian sausage and leek. But the one that I put in this cookbook is chorizo with mushroom and spinach, but it's amazing, you know, topped with some really nice like feta. So nice. Another dish that I do, I called it Pimp My Meatloaf, because Pimp My Meatloaf is generally, I mean, I've seen some ways that people make it and I'm like, that looks like shit. I'm sorry. It just looks bland. It looks boring. And if I'm going to make a meatloaf, and one that I would love my kids to eat, it's this one, because I sneak veggies in there and it's delicious. It definitely adds to the texture. It's flavorsome. I put herbs in there, spices, and I serve it with a lemon and herb orzo. Orzo is very similar to risotto, super easy. So it's a really great substitute. That dish in itself, if you don't make the meatloaf with it, that lemon and herb orzo or risotto recipe in itself is one that I make all the time when I don't want rice, when I don't want mashed potato. I make that, and that goes beautifully with meatballs, meatloaf. Oh my goodness, it is divine. Super easy as well. You know, you've obviously got, like, I've got pastas in there with like fresh ricotta, some speck. I love anything that gives off that smoky taste. Like, I love smoked paprika, Hungarian paprika, sweet paprika. Beautiful. There's a really great one pan Maryland chicken with pearl couscous. The one pan Maryland chicken is easy. One pan says it all. And pearl couscous, that's another ingredient which you guys probably, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, my Facebook community group, The Woo in Food, or Instagram at Rosano's Casa, you will see I showed a reel in there with the one pot Maryland chicken and the pearl couscous. Pearl couscous is something that I always cook with. It's something that a lot of Middle Easterns or Mediterraneans eat. It's different texture to fine couscous. Fine couscous is very like sandy. I can't believe the amount of children that love fine couscous. I know that a lot of you already know that, and I thought pearl couscous is fantastic. It's delicious, and it goes great with chicken, with fish, with anything. It's delicious. So if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a go. And I definitely add a little bit of seasoning, some spices in there to add and to heighten that flavor. I've got my grilled fish tacos. This is something that I pitched to you guys because it's recipe number 10 in this cookbook, but I originally had it last, but I didn't know which one. Like, I put a poll out, and the fish tacos definitely go. I would love, if it's one thing that you make out of this whole cookbook, I would love for you to make my epic coleslaw. My slaw is like none other. It is divine. It is delicious. Everyone that has my slaw comes over and they're like, what the fuck is in this slaw? Because it is insane, like a party in your mouth. So please, if you purchase it, do yourself a favor and just make this slaw in itself and let me know. Report back to me. Tell me, Marilyn, it's delicious. Or Marilyn, yeah, girl, you're being a bit biased there. It's not that great. or let me know your little tips and tricks and secret ingredients, because everyone has their own kind of slaw, right? This is divine. I've got fancy sausage, I can't even talk, sausage sizzles with caramelized thyme and onions. Oh my gosh, so delicious. And that's definitely a crowd pleaser. Mediterranean chicken with oregano chips and Greek salad. Did you hear that? Oregano chips, homemade chips. If you have not marinated your wedges or your chips, your potato wedges, oven baked ones with oregano, please do yourself a favor with that. And you can even then take it next level and make them loaded by sprinkling some crumbed feta on top with a squeeze of lemon juice. Divine. You're welcome. You're welcome. And as the cover shows, my slow cooked Greek lamb with KFC style gravy. Did you hear that? KFC style gravy. Oh gosh, it is so delicious. This gravy is divine. You could definitely, obviously, if you do not want to eat lamb or cook it with the lamb, you can just make it with chicken, with sausages, whatever you eat gravy with, even just potato wedges, like or chips. Make this KFC style gravy. It is divine. Pork, I can't even talk, gyros with tzatziki. My tzatziki is beautiful. These are divine. The marinade to go with the pork is it's very balanced in terms of this. You've got the garlic, but then you've got the coriander seeds, and you've got the lemon, the acidity. It's divine. And it's one of those dishes that you can have different elements and you kind of make your own. And I find those dishes really great for families, especially with fussy eaters. Everyone generally likes their meat, so they'll eat that. And then obviously you've got the bread, and you've got the tzatziki. My son likes tzatziki, my daughter not so much. And then everyone just puts whatever they want to eat. You want onions, you want cucumbers, you want tomatoes, you want olives. You make your own, and everyone generally is happy with those kind of dishes. And then last but not least is my garlic smashed spuds. Yeah. Potato spuds with broccolini, feta, and herbs baked salmon. Like, I can't even. That dish is amazing. And that's another one pan wonder besides the potatoes. So 2 pans for this one meal. But really, really nice. My kids don't mind salmon, surprisingly. I don't know. Is anyone else like surprised with some things that their kids eat that you're like, no way they're going to fucking eat this? The first time I did this, I only did 2 salmon steaks because I was like, oh, they're not going to eat it. They fucking ate it, right? And I didn't have dinner. So that was it. And so there's obviously the hard book available. The ebook is really, really good. I don't know if you're watching video, maybe you can see this, but here there's like little click here buttons. So each one of the recipes has like a little click here button, and it takes you somewhere, whether it's your podcast episode that's relevant to the recipe that you are, that you clicked on. Could be a reel, could be somewhere, take you somewhere to further and demonstrate, show you how to make something, the texture, whatever it may be. So I wanted to share that with you. And I thought at first, I did my first cookbook with the 1 dough 10 recipe, and it was such a hit. Like, to this day, I have so many people, because there's lots of new people that come along, listen to the podcast, follow me on Instagram. And some people have heard of the dough before, some had never, and it's a really, really good time hack. And I just really wanted to release and write another book for you guys to simplify dinner, to make it easy. I know a lot of you that follow me are foodies, so you know your food, you love your food, you want to take things to the next level, you want to feel inspired and try different spices or herbs. Just that I've got a free recipe on my Instagram page and in my Facebook group, and it's on the website as well. It's everywhere. And it's the chicken and leek phyllo pie pan, whatever. It's a 1 pan phyllo pie. And just so many people that have remade that alone. Majority of people make chicken and leek pie, but I added Dijon mustard in it. And so many people have written to me saying, Marilyn, oh my God, the mustard is a game changer. Some of you probably listened to this and thinking, I already do that, girl. But some of you are like, I never thought that. And that's what cooking's all about. It's all about coming together, learning, inspiring each other. picking up a little tip, trick, hack, an ingredient that you're like, I don't know, never tried that before. And you try it and you're like, wow, game changer. And that's all that I want to do. I'm not claiming that I am the best at anything. I'm not claiming that my recipes are the only ones that you should try and test. But I hope that my cultural upbringing, there's a bit of South American in me, there's a bit of Middle Eastern, I'm married to an Italian. There's so many learnings and different recipes and tips and tricks that I've learned, I've seen, I've grown up with, that I really would love to share and spread. And this podcast alone is a platform that I've created, not only, for me to share that with you, but to also bring other people in that have that passion and similarity. That's why it's called the Woo in Food, right? To woo you guys over with that passion, to help elevate, your taste buds, or take things to another level, or, re-spark something in you that maybe once was, or that has kind of, dimmed down a bit because life gets the best of us. So anyway, hope you love this episode. Number one, hope you learned something. Hope I inspired you. Thank you if you have purchased the book. It means a lot. It means that I can continue doing this, can continue spreading the love, can continue living my kind of purpose in sharing all this with you, because this is like something that's in my bloodline. My whole family have been cooks. My brother cooks, like everyone on my mum's side predominantly. We love food. It's definitely something that we live and breathe. And it just shows that hospitality side of me. And if, you help supporting that, and my book and whatnot helps me, keep doing this, keep showing up, and keep bringing people onto this platform and the podcast and my Instagram and my whole website and everything like that, keeps the wheels turning so that we can, keep that passion and spark alive. Anyway, that got to be a little bit philosophical. Is that the word? Today I'm fumbling, guys. I need another freaking coffee. I've only had 2 today, and I probably should only fucking have 2, the amount of energy that I run on, but it's my weakness. So love to hear from you. Please, my DMs are open. If you would love to share anything, I would love that. You can join the free Facebook community group, The Woo in Food. You can find me over on Facebook at Risotto's Casa. I love chit-chatting with you guys. If there's any feedback, if there's any remakes, you can share them with me. I would love and appreciate to hear them and hear from you. All right, bye guys.